Well, what the hell was that? Hi guys, Louie here, and welcome to the weekend. I'm glad we made it. I guess silver didn't quite make it across the finish line. I really thought this was going to be a very different video, today, Saturday. I thought that silver would be about to break up and not down. As I had predicted, a while ago, if it got above 26, it would see 27.50, and I think it hit something like 27.80 before it started back. What you have in front of you is a graph of the SLV, so don't get confused by the pricing there. It's a couple dollars below the spot price. But honestly, I was watching silver, and I was long silver, paper silver, and when I saw that giant red candle, especially when it continued to push down, I literally checked the news because I thought perhaps a giant solid silver meteor had hit our world. And now there was all the silver we could ever want forever and ever. Of course, there was no such news. It was just a substantial smackdown. How substantial was it? 100 million shares, which would approximate 100 million ounces, SLV paper ounces, primarily sold short. 100 million. All right. So virtually everybody that holds SLV decided when the dollar ticked up a couple of basis points that was the moment that they were going to sell all their silver. Just to give you, I'm being sarcastic, but just to give you a feeling for and prove to you what is the silver mine production in a year. Well, in 2019 it was 27,000 metric tons, and if you convert that to ounces, I don't know if I converted this to troy ounces or not, but it's going to be somewhere in the 100 million. So what was sold on Friday was the equivalent of our planet's silver production for a year. All right, how does that happen? Many people don't believe in manipulation, but boy, if you were trying to make silver go down, that is exactly how you would do it. I really thought 26 would hold. That's a pretty important level, but they busted right through that. Again, if you were trying to shake people out of their positions, how would you do that? You would bust technical levels to get them to sell at least their paper. So that's what I think is going on, and I think it's going to snap back. And in fact, I put my money where my mouth was, and at the bottom, I picked up 20 contracts on the SLV. I also picked up some contracts I picked up some PPLT platinum, which had a pretty good smackdown as well. I think platinum is probably less controlled than silver, so the chart has been good. But I mean, what kind of a world are we in where silver is not going up with other commodities? And I'll grant you that perhaps the stock market is more attractive for monetary metals like gold. Silver is also a monetary metal, but it is primarily an industrial metal. So, copper's down 1% and silver's down, 8%. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, is copper gonna keep going up and silver go down? Maybe we'll just start making doorknobs out of silver. Or maybe that, zinc is going up as well. Maybe that crappy silverware we use made out of zinc. Maybe we'll just go back to solid silver silverware, which would be healthy for you, actually. Actually, my family, we're eating off silver plate silverware as we speak. We just got tired of the cheap commercial silverware. We pulled out Mom's old silver plate, and man, that's nice to eat off that silver. It's not solid silver, but I think there are some health benefits to it. But I digress. I mean, this manipulation, if you want to call it that, and if you don't, that's fine. of paper, not backed by anything, people trying to push the positions down to cover their losing shorts, because it was about to take back off. I mean, that's why I was long, because I think the dollar is about to stop its uptrend and resume its downtrend. I mean, how in the world can Sleepy Joe come out and say we're going to do trillions upon trillions of new stimulus and silver go down? All right. And I know we lost a few jobs and the dollar was ticking up a few basis points, and interest rates continue to rise. But silver is, I think, more correlated to the dollar than it is to interest rates. I think gold is more correlated to interest rates. That's just my personal opinion. But sometimes when gold goes down, that can drag silver down, or it can be a good cover to bring silver down. You decide. But like I said, when we are going to print money and monetize that money with abandon, without any concern, I mean, the president's given out trillions like they're trophies. We don't even care what stuff costs anymore. They said that formally, the Democrats, as they work up their new Green Deal. I mean, catch this, EVs up, solar panels up, hydrogen, fuel cell stocks up, everything related to the Green New Deal up dramatically. And silver, which is used predominantly in most of those things, down? Go figure that out. And I know it's had a little move up here, but it's a move that was definitely warranted. So anyway, the dollar is going in the toilet. Inflation is roaring back in commodities. I don't see how silver stays down here back, even though it's below 26. I think it'll pop back up. And interesting also, they did it on a Friday, right? So there is, there wasn't time for a bounce back on Monday. Maybe they'll be covering their shorts all over the world this weekend. I don't know. Could go lower, but it seems to me the pressure has got to be up because paper short, if that's what these are. I mean, were any of you selling your silver? It has to be covered at some point. Slowly, we'll probably get the grinding movement back up. But I think we'll be back up over 26 on Monday. I could be wrong, and I hope platinum's back up as well. And I thought gold, it had an interesting entry point there around 1914, which, clearly it failed. But silver is the deal for me. I mean, I want to have gold. I want to have 50-50. But I want to be in silver, and I want to hodl silver. Yeah, just like you guys in your Bitcoin. So there we go. And what's going on at the Capitol, man, I don't even want to offer a commentary on that. But, shame on us. We can't even secure our own capital. I mean, I don't know what's up with that, if they were complicit with that. But, sympathies to the people who died in that revolt there. And of course, Trump on his way out, and Biden taking a victory lap here. Just ridiculous kabuki theater talking about, impeachment in his last few weeks here. But anyway, I think Trump will go on to carry his faithful into a multimedia empire. And I think he'll be as influential as Rush Limbaugh was, perhaps more. But then again, he's only a talking head now, and the real damage is going to be done in Congress. We got all three, House, Senate, and White House in Democratic control. You know what that means. Middle class will get assassinated. All right. We know that, they will do their best to protect the people that have nothing. And that is their primary goal, and it's a righteous goal to help people that have nothing, no wherewithal right now. But maintaining the lockdown doesn't help those people much. It just makes them, slaves to the new system. So, but your taxes, yep, they're going up. I'm glad I took some money out of the IRA and, paid the lower rates, lower than will be paid here in the future. Rates will be going up much higher, I think. And that, that classification of what a millionaire is, well, a millionaire could be somebody that makes $1 million, or it could be somebody that makes $200,000. And you know what? These days, it's probably going to take $200,000 to survive, because with real estate going up and the cost of everything rising, boy, you better have a good job, and you better hope they escalate wages. But they're not escalating wages at the higher levels, right? The minimum wages are going up, but anybody in companies that I'm familiar with, they're not raising wages. They're doing layoffs, right? So that's the environment of the middle class. And of course, the wealthy are getting rich with the stock market, and states like California are flush with recent profits from the NASDAQ run and whatnot. So they're rolling out program after program of new safety net programs based on all the money they're getting off the stock market. Of course, when and if that goes down, then that's going to be hard to sustain. All right, so let's talk about new silver. All right. I hope when it had that big drop, you looked at buying something. And if you get out there in the marketplace, in the first 10 to 30 minutes of a giant drop like that, sometimes you can find silver where they haven't adjusted the premium, right? But by now they've pushed those premiums up. And if that's true, I haven't researched that personally. But if you see the premiums rising, then that is evidence that they don't expect this drop to be long-lived. And I did see a wonderful new silver bar I want to show you right now. All right, guys, check this out from the Germanium Mint. Watch this. I don't think they'd mind me sharing this with you. They're a good outfit. How about that? Ooh, that's pretty. The high sheen polish on that cast bar. I don't know that Germanium Mint has made bullion before, Mint of Poland, and they're known for really high-end numismatics. But I guess they have more silver than they need, and they are making some bullion bars. You can scope these out. They're in America. And I think the premiums were $3 or $4 over spot. So pricey for bullion, but that really reminds me of some of the stuff the Perth Mint does, the British Royal Mint does. I mean, it's like, it's upscale bullion, but wow, I think I'd really like to have one of those kilos. They also come, I think, in half kilos and quarter kilos, very much like the British Royal Mint does with their RMR bars. So anyway, check that out. That was a cool new thing that now would be the perfect time to get if you think the price is low right now. All right, here is something new if you follow the COSMO Mint and the Chiwu. Well, here we have the 2020 Chiwu is out. This is the proof, of which there are only 500, and check that out. That's pretty nice. Looks like it's going to come in a little card, but can't really make that bigger. But well, maybe I can do it like this. Here we go. That's pretty nice if you like the Chiwus. I'm not collecting COSMO products at the moment. And I would look for the BU, but 500 is not many of the proofs. Let's see if there is a BU out on this. 2020, here we go. Okay, let's see what they're asking for the BU version. There it is. I think that's the same one. The 2020 BU Chiwu. $32, so 25 to $6.50 over spot. That's okay. That's okay, but I'm not rushing out to buy those. But if you're into that collection, that's kind of a cool offering there. I like that design. All right, so you probably never expected me to pull up a kookaburra, right? Well, a couple of weeks ago, a viewer mentioned to me that, we're spending too much time on American Silver Eagles and even Libertads. And we should be like looking at the kooks. And I said, well, why would I do that with a mintage of 500,000, right? I mean, most of us lost interest when the prices started going down and purchases went down in silver. People gravitated towards 25,000 mintage series, and I said, aren't they still high mintage? And while they have a 500,000 cap, I was really surprised when I got back and looked at the mintage levels recently on the kooks. So let's go do that together, and you see if you think this coin is worth a $5 premium based on the mintages of this very, very old and long-running series. All right, here we are over at the Perth Mint, which, as you know, is a quality organization in every way. And they have a mintage page, reports, bullion mintages, and these are the various series. You can go through these if you want to see what the historical mintages have been. Today we're going to take a look at the kookaburras, 1990 to 2020, 30 years of kookaburras, right? All right, so let's see, they have the 1 ounce, the 2 ounce, the 10 ounce, kilogram, all kind of mixed in together here. And you can't quite see that. Hold on. But we all bought kooks, those of us old-timers that have been around forever. A lot of people always got a tube of kooks every year. And the mintage, was 300,000 on the 1 ounce. Then they raised, I believe and it sold out every single year. Of course, during some of this period, silver was going up, which is when people want to buy it. And in fact, demand got so high, they raised the mintage in 2011 to 500,000. That's hard to imagine a 500,000 series selling out, isn't it? But when silver starts to rise, notwithstanding Friday, people get more interested in it and they buy more coins. And that sold out until 2016. Pardon me. As you know, the silver price started going down again, and they stopped selling as many. Now, probably the last time I looked was around 2017. They sold 406,000. That's still too many coins to make it highly collectible. Then in 2018, they sold 243,000. So even below the historical 300,000 limit. In 2019, they sold 219,000, even less, and you could have bought those coins, all day long for under $20, right? And I'm sure they're bringing 35, 40 right now. And in 2020, sales to date. Now we're in January, but this may not be a complete year. 148,000. Yeah, I'm not going to ferret through that. Sales at December 31, last update, May 2020. Okay, well, it looks like you can't really count on this $148,000 coin number. So we probably are on target for another 200,000 year, but that's worthy of taking a look at. The kookaburra is, I think, more widely collected than the Libertad, and these mintages down here, well below historical levels. That might make these some pretty collectible coins. If you could still pick up the 2019s for $5 over spot, I think you'll do better with that than you would with some other coins. Let's take a look at what they're selling for. All right, we're in the sold page on eBay, and here we've got an auction, went off at 31 plus 3. Another one went off at 32. This one went off at 33 plus 2. This one went off at 37 or so. Here's a $30 plus 4. Forget the graded. 39 plus 3. 34. So as I said, many of these coins were bought under $20. Of course, with spot, you know, in the 26, 27 range. You know, a solid, I don't know, $8 premium there on the 2019s. I think the 2018s, oh, here's a pig privy. Like, who wants that? But somebody did. They like pigs. They're $45. I've got some privy kooks as well, and I guess they're more curiosity items. I don't know many people that collect the kook privies anymore. Let's see, 30. If you graded it and you got a PF7, that's a proof coin. 39. Let's see what the 2018s are selling for. Uh, 42. That was a really nice design with the moon in the background. 42. That's a privy. 35. 36 plus 4. 33 plus 4. So, you know, even more than the 2019s. So I don't know if you can snatch a deal on the 2019s. Let's see if there are any available. I'll get off the sold listings. I don't think I'd get the 2020s because demand has come back in the market, and that means the mintage numbers are going to be higher in 2020. So I'd try to snag cheap 2019s. Let's get out of the solds. And let's just see what's out there. I think that would be a pretty good investment coin, assuming the mintages, you know, the level of interest comes back, and you know, silver spot price stays flat or goes up. So here we are. We're going to go to buy it now's lowest buy it now. 35, 39, 39. Wow. Yeah, it seems like people are asking a little more, and from time to time when someone drops the price, they sell it. But kind of a goofy design, I think. There's a Panda Privy, 39. 41. Yeah, I wouldn't pay $40. So maybe the 2020s, you know. But search many years. I mean, even if you go back to a high mintage year like 2016, which I probably have some of. Let's see what those are selling for. 35, 33, 34. Yeah, so a little more depressed back there when the mintages were higher. But keep your eyes open for kooks. I think, you know, that series could come back with these lower mintages. And nothing nicer than a full collection of kooks. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. All right, well, I will leave you with that thought. I don't have strong conviction on that, but if you find a good deal on 2019 kooks, I would jump all over it. And by a good deal, I mean, you know, 5 over, something like that. So that's all I have for you today. What are your thoughts about the big drop, right? Given up? Decided that it's a manipulated game and you don't want any part of it, just going to buy some Bitcoin, or are you playing our game? You know, they can play their game, but I think buying after a giant dip like that, as long as we're in an uptrend, and I have strong conviction that we are, I think is going to turn out well for you. I still like the Silver Eagles. I like the 21 Silver Eagles, early 21s, and you know, they're going to mint those for about a half a year, they say. But if we can get the mintages below 10 million on those, I think that will be an oddball keeper coin. And I still think American Silver Eagles will be selling at $40 in the next few months. Will that be because the premiums are higher? Will that be because spot is rising? Will that be because production is curtailed and demand, industrial demand has increased? I don't know, maybe all three. But I think we're in the perfect storm here, and I wouldn't hesitate to pick up some 21 Silver Eagles now. Okay, guys, talk to you later.